Hi, I'm attorney R. Michael Coker, the Gwinnett Accident Lawyer, and today we're going to be answering the question, how long does a lawsuit take? One of the most common concerns that our clients have when we tell them that we have to file a lawsuit is, how long is this going to take? Well, there's a couple factors that come into play as to how long a lawsuit takes. The first factor is which court that the lawsuit is filed in. In Georgia, there's really two types of courts that you can file a case in. The first is called magistrate court. Now, magistrate court, as of the time of the filming of this video, is for cases where the total amount that can be recoverable is less than $15,000. Now, there's some benefits to magistrate court. It's a lot faster. Generally, magistrate court cases get resolved within 3 to 4 months of filing. It also is a lot more informal. It's not as difficult or complicated as far as dealing with discovery and multiple documents. The parties file their complaint, an answer is filed, and then the case is set for trial before a judge. Generally, there's no juries in magistrate court. The second type of court that can be filed in is called state or superior court. State or superior court has no limit. You can ask for whatever amount you want. But because of that, there's also some serious disadvantages. The first is that it's really expensive. Superior court fees, cost, deposition cost significantly more than if you file in magistrate court. The other disadvantage is that superior court and state court take a lot longer to get to a resolution. It's not uncommon in a state or superior court civil case for the case to take 2 to 3 years to get resolved. Here's why it takes so long. A state or superior court case is initiated by filing what's called a complaint. A complaint is a document that basically says, this is our allegations, and this is why we're entitled to recover. The defendants in the case generally have a month or so to respond to that and file what's called an answer. An answer is a response to the lawsuit with any defenses, reasons why the defendants are not responsible for paying items to the plaintiff. Then the case goes to what's called discovery. Discovery can take as long as 6 months or longer. And in discovery, the parties exchange written questions where they share information. They share documents with each other. And they also take what's called depositions. Depositions are statements that are often recorded by a court reporter to come up with a transcript that can be referenced later to know what witnesses and parties, their opinions are about a case, things they saw about a case, or certain facts that occurred in the incident. This discovery process goes on for 6 months, sometimes even longer. After the discovery period ends, there's generally a period where the parties discuss expert testimony if needed in a case, and then the parties talk to the court about setting the case for trial. Even though the parties ask the court to set the case for trial, doesn't always mean that the trial is going to happen immediately thereafter. Trial courts are busy, and they can have thousands of cases pending, particularly in state or superior court. A lot of times, when a civil case gets put on for trial, it gets put at the bottom of the list, and the parties have to wait their turn until the case ticks up into position 1, and it's their turn to have their trial. It's not uncommon for us to get cases that are put on trial calendars where we're number 86 or 97 or even 102, and we have to wait for our turn to get to number 1 to be able to have our trial. Once the court tells us that we're number 1 and that we're ready for trial, you show up, and trials can take time. Some trials take only a couple hours, and some can take weeks or even months. Most cases that we deal with take about a week to 2 weeks to handle. Trials can be one of two ways. It can be with a jury or it can be with a judge. Jury trials take a little bit longer because you have to deal with finding the jury, picking the jury, and striking the jury for your case. But all in all, state court is worth it if the case has value that is worth filing in state or superior court. But just know, unfortunately, it's a slow process, it takes time, and just because you might not hear something from your lawyer doesn't mean that they're not working on the case. I can assure you that with our firm, the cases that go 6 months, a year, 2 months, we are constantly working on the case and building it up and getting ready for trial. Now, of course, a case can always settle at any moment. So if at any time the parties decide that they want to settle the case, settlement discussions are had. Sometimes other avenues such as mediation or arbitration are tried to get the case settled. This can happen at any point, but often these discussions don't occur until at least the discovery process is complete and the parties have all the documents and information they need to fully evaluate the case. Again, I'm Michael Coker. If you think that we can help you at our law firm with your lawsuit or provide you any advice, please give us a call for a free consultation.